Good afternoon, everyone. Tribute to Uncle Nev, my grandfather. Uncle Nev, as my grandfather was affectionately called, was a family man. Our father, Purcell, got 10 of us, and if you asked anyone from the pack about Uncle Nev, all the responses would be similar. He loved every one of us. We all lived in different homes and interacted with him on separate occasions and in our own special way. Still, he did not make us feel any less loved. His affection was shown in his actions daily. From a tender age, I would always remember his gifts from the hamper. Nothing from the provision was too good for him to give to us. It was evident that his gifts were coming from a genuine and warm place, and it's the best way he knew to show his love for us. He would always ask if all my brothers and sisters were doing okay, and if we spoke to our father, always leading by example. Uncle Nev was a churchman, and I always had to give him his rally money. If I forgot, he would come right to my house for it. One of the greatest memories I have of him is when he came to my burial for the baby. He held my hand and expressed his sympathies and that I shouldn't worry about it. At that time, he was walking with a cane, and he still made sure he was there. I am happy I had a relationship with him and that he showed me what true love from a Blake man feels like. Thank you for your prayers even when you were sick. Thank you for your extension of love, and thank you for your inclusion. May your soul rest in peace and light perpetual shine upon you.
Hi everyone, my name is Serene, one of Mas Nev's granddaughter. My late grandmother, Miss Frida, had the best husband. He was a great provider. He was a hard worker. He was a very kind man. I can remember when I used to visit my grandparents, his favorite question to ask me was, "You have food for eat already?" Or "You get food for eat already?" He loved farming. It doesn't matter if it rain or shine, Chaisi and Rakil nah miss him. He always have this beautiful smile on his face. One of my most memorable moments of my grandfather was in August 2018 when my cousin Melanie visited Jamaica. She took us to a resort in Montego Bay. We had a wonderful time. We had a lot of laughter. I can remember one morning I decided to get breakfast for him. So I knew he loved salt mackerel. So I carried salt mackerel to him along with yam and banana. Him said to me, say, "How we are going that? Me no want no salt mackerel for eat down here, you know. Me no want no salt mackerel for eat." So I had to take the salt mackerel for myself and get him something else to eat, because him decide say he wasn't going to have the salt mackerel at the hotel. He doesn't want that. He was very straightforward, and I'm just happy and thankful to God that I had him as my grandfather. He was a very disciplined man, and he was very strict. He was very strict, and I'm just happy to have had him in my life, because he doesn't beat around the bushes. He's gonna tell you straightforward. He's just that person that is going to tell you as it is. So I'm thankful to God for the life that he had lived. He lived the best life. And I just want to say that he will be sadly missed. And I know that he's in a better place. He is in a better place. And I'm thankful to God for that. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Papa Nev. Rest in peace.
is Raquel Lindsay. I'm doing a tribute for my granddad, Uncle Nev, other known as Chico. Uncle Nev treats all of us the same, even the community. Uncle Nev is 1 in a million, and he will be sadly missed. Uncle Nev, you taught us how to love, you taught us how to share. I miss going to the farm with you. Love you in life and love you in death. Sleep on, beloved.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is a tribute to our granddad. Granddad, we know you can no longer stay with us. You fought on and hard to be with us. We know now you watch over and protect us. Although we cannot hear your voice or see your smiling face, we know deep down in our hearts that you have not left us. Instead, every day you shower us with the singing of the birds, the rising of the sun, and the falling of the night.
So many broken hearts are left behind, but in a deeper despair or greatest comfort lies knowing that you are now at peace with the angels and God. So, as time passes, our tears will dry, our hearts will mend,
but our love for you will never end. Sleep on, Granddad. Sleep on, Uncle Nev.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Luz, and I'm here to pay tribute to Mas Nev. So I wrote a little something for him. Let me read. Life is eternal, and love is immortal, and death is only a horizon. The life of one we love is never but always will be remembered. We are grieving today because we have lost a good friend and neighbor. I personally and truly lost a good neighbor who was a beacon and a tower of strength in the community of John's Hall. One that was kind, peaceful, loving, caring, and sharing. Mas Nev was always that easygoing person. Nothing bothers him or make him upset. Always willing to give a helping hand whenever you need him. A real dedicated family man who's always working for his family. I remember back then when I was living there, I used to see him coming home from Tracy after a hard day's work, unpacking his donkey at the gate. I usually walk out to his gate and he and I would chit-chat for a bit. I would encourage him to get some rest because Mas Nev don't know when to stop. He was a workaholic. He would say to me, Salus, as he usually calls me, I'm going back tomorrow to finish planting the yams. And he would laugh and say, hi, sir. I saw it go, Salus. The work must go on. Mas Nev is always bringing home produce from the farm and was always sharing it with us, some good old yellow yam. Talk about cooking. He loves to cook. And his food is always tasty and delicious. I remember when I came to Jamaica a while back, I said to him, Mas Nev, when are you going to be cooking something for me? He said, okay, I'll do it now. So he came to the gate with a big plate in his hand with fish, my favorite. And boy, it was so delicious. I had to hide it from Joanne, my sister that was visiting, because it was that good. I've missed a neighbor whom I truly and respected and loved so much. Now he has sailed away into the beyond where distance can never be measured. The love that we shared can never be forgotten. I just want to send my condolences to the entire family, that the Lord will be your strength as you mourn, and that he will also comfort you. Rest in peace, Mas Nev. God bless you all. Thank you. Bye-bye. Love you all. Bye.
A tribute to our dearest Uncle Nev. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Simone. Growing up, Uncle Nev, you were not just a dad or granddad to your paternal children or grandchildren. You became mine too. News of your passing did make me go numb inside. I can only imagine what the family has been going through. The memories and values that you bestowed upon us must be cherished even to the next generation. You are truly one in a million, and you always gave your best. Illness may have weakened the flesh, but inside you were a warrior who stood the test of time. To age is truly a blessing, and you were blessed. So sleep on, beloved, and take your rest. The final curtains have now been drawn, and we must say our final goodbyes. There is coming a day when death shall be no more. Rest well, Uncle Nev. We do love you. Sleep in peace.
Hello everyone, this is Kimberly. Papa was a people person. I remember I always loved to talk and laugh. Always a happy person. He loved his bush. Always with him donkey head into the bush. And he loved to cook. He was a great cook. He would cook you the best curry goats, stewed chicken, but not to mention the manish water. I remember when I would visit him, he would first ask, "You eat already?" And if he was then eating, he would give me his plate and say, "Eat full your belly, eat man." He loved to watch TV, and when his show is on, everybody have for quiet. And that man now move until the show finish. He was strict and disciplined. And when he spoke with authority. I remember I always say, Uncle Nev not have to beat nobody, to myself. Because just the tone of his voice when he calls the grandchildren, Yannick, Melody, Taje, you just know you have to go right into your shell. I remember one evening, Marcia and I was standing out the gate and he was coming from bush. And I just said to Marcia, "Marcia, how comes then we never call Uncle Nev Papa?" Me and Marcia start to laugh and say, "True, you know, we can start calling Papa." And from that day, we start calling Papa. And it felt so good. We enjoyed calling him that name. And then the other grandchildren started to call him Papa as well. He was a man who just say anything will come to him mind. He was a plain man. Him no pretty up nothing. And saying that, me remember after having my son, I lost weight. So I went to visit him and he saw me. He said, "But no, my God, then how your mother so? You're not hit." He went around the back of the house where he had a grape tree and he picked about a dozen or more grapes and gave to me and say, you take them here, go and go hit them and make them open your appetite so you can put on some weight and get fat. I remember Joe and I laugh so still. But that was the type of person he was. He was kind and loving, but a very plain man. Papa, fly high. We love you and miss you. Sleep on.